insan vikas into Patutana Pam Vaishnu Go Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Purani Krishna Krishna Chaitanya Nami Gaura Krishna. I often say humble obeisance in the lotus feet of my sponsor, Guru Nitya-lila Pravishtam Vishnupa Krishna Bhakti Kirtan Service. And stand into the lotus feet of my Shiksha Guru Nitya-lila Pravishtam Vishnupa Krishna Bhakti Vedanta Swami. Today, in very auspicious day, the birthday of disappearance of Jiva Goswami. We don't observe Krishna and his incarnates of disappearance state. Perhaps you all know. Not of Krishna, not of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, not of Lord Ram, Lord Ram. But we observe mostly the disappearance of his associate. Why? Because it brings so many things about his worshipable Radha Krishna Mahaprabhu. How they have practiced bhakti yoga and then they have received the service of Krishna Mahaprabhu. How from beginning of bhakti they accepted bhakti yoga and how gradually from Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti and Rati came. This is more important for us. You know that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, Krishna, taking the beauty and intrinsic mood of Radhika, he came. But Srila Rupa Goswami established his swabhist means
innermost heart
feelings. He established. If Rupa Goswami was not there, perhaps we could not have known who was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But you know also that Jiva Goswami has sought to the Rupa Goswami all the collections of the books, publications, which we are now see. It is due to Srila Jiva Goswami. He collected all his literatures. So, and he has established the Manovilasa, inner desire of Srila Rupa Goswami. How? Publishing his books. How publishing? At that time, it was very hard, by writing. He wrote all these things. His all books with his pen. And also, he preached especially to Shyamanand, Narottam and
Srinivasacharya.
Srinivasa. He was the almost very rising, splendid person at that time who established Rupa Goswami. Wrote so many commentaries because he always with Rupa Goswami. So he did get to know Jiva Goswami, and I think that all his books were ruined and were lost. So, Madhav Maharaj may speak in brief his life. Not so much, because time is short. You should carefully hear and try to keep all in your heart and practice like Jesus.
Om Jnana Vasuganandjana Salakaya Chakshurudvitam Dena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sankha Purvaka Namadhi Kala Vasani Pito Nidrahara Vihara Parinito Chattantadino Chajo Radha Krishna Gunasmriti Bhaktivanande Sammohito Vande Upasanatano Raghujivo Siddhiva Gopalako Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, today is disappearance day of Srila Jiva Goswami Pada. Srila Gurudev has ordered me to discuss about his life history. Srila Jiva Goswami Pada, he was disciple of Srila Rupa Goswami Pada. Srila Rupa Goswami Pada, we have heard from Gurudev, which he has written in his literature. Jiva Goswami published it by his own handwriting. There is no tape recorder, no machine, no dictaphone, nothing. Everything have to by handwriting. So once, when Jiva Goswami was young and
he was also nephew of,
not only disciples, nephew of Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami.
Also blood related.
His blood relation.
This world and that transcendental world.
So, when he was young, he heard Rupa Goswami, and Rupa Goswami has ordered him to correct his literature. So now inquiry come in our mind. Srila Rupa Goswami Pada, in one hand, eternal associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Mahaprabhu's Rupa, and other hand, eternal associates of Divine Thakur as Rupa Manjari. Is there fault in the literature? How is it possible? And why Rupa Goswami Pada ordered him to correct his literature? How we can reconcile this? Srila Rupa Goswami, when he used to write, he absorbed in his mood. Then he forget that his grammatical is correct or not. So, Jiva Goswami will correct that grammatical thing, not his mood. So, when he was writing,
I will tell about Guru Bhakti, Guru Nishtha in him, Jiva Goswami.
So,
first is Guru Nishtha.
So, Guru Nishtha is the backbone of bhajan. So, Jiva Goswami taught us in his life history. So, once Rupa Goswami was writing Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the meantime, one very learned scholar of India named Vallabhacharya came to Rupa Goswami, and he was older than Rupa Goswami because he
was older also than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yes. He is older than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he took Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his birthplace near Prayag, Alaigram, and Rupa Goswami also there with Mahaprabhu at that time. So when he came to Vrindavan, And during darshan, he met with Rupa Goswami and told Rupa, what are you writing now at present time? I want to correct your literature. Rupa Goswami, the embodiment of humility. Oh yes, it's my good fortune. So after that, he went to Jamuna for taking bath. Jiva Goswami, he was so much nishtha of his Gurudev. He could not tolerate this thing. What? He want to correct my Gurudev's literature? What kind of human being is this? He could not tolerate this. So he make a trick. Oh, there is no water, I have to go to bring water from Jamuna. In this pretend, he took a water pitcher and went to Jamuna. And he paid respect to him and asked, oh, you want to correct my Gurudev's literature?
Oh Prabhu.
Oh Prabhu, he told that you want to correct Srila Rupa Goswami's literature. What fault you have seen there? Then you want to correct that thing? Then Bhagavacharya told, yes, I have seen in his literature, Bhukti, Mukti, Spriha Java, Pisati Hidi Vartate, Tavad Bhakti Sukha Sapta Kathamat Budayo Bhave. Meaning of this love, the desire of Bhukti and desire of Mukti means, Bhukti means to enjoy and Mukti means liberation. When these two desires will be heart of a sadhak, then Bhakti Devi never manifests in sadhak's heart. So Ballabhacharya told he compare Bhukti and Mukti like a witch. How it is possible? Jiva Goswami humbly replied, no, it's not compare Bhukti and Mukti with a witch. The desire of Bhukti and desire of Mukti is like a witch. If the desire of Bhukti and Mukti means liberation and to enjoy this desire in our heart, then Bhakti Devi will be far away from our heart. So, the desire of Bhukti and Mukti like a witch. They can swallow us completely.
Why not Bhukti?
Why not Bhukti and Mukti? Why Rupa Goswami not compare Bhukti and Mukti like a witch? Because Bhukti and Mukti, they are not witch. Why not?
Because in Srimad Bhagavatam so many times.
So, if someone receives Bhakti, Bhakti manifests somebody's heart, being causeless, merciful, then Bhakti is the sthiratara bhagavat jadisya, doireno phaladitippa kisura mukti, mukti saram mukulitanjali savati asman, dharmartha kama gatayo samaya pratiksha. If Bhakti Devi will manifest in somebody's heart, then Mukti saram mukulitanjali, Mukti Devi, she'll fold his hand and always be ready to get any permission from the devotee. Please engage me in service of your Prabhu. I am ready to service. So Mukti want to serve Bhagavan and want to help the devotee. And you have heard about the dialogue between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Sarvam Bhattacharya. They are also Mukti Padesa Dayabhat. He will be inheritant of Mukti. Sarvam Bhattacharya could not tolerate this. Then he changed the verse and told Bhakti Padesa Dayabhat. Mahaprabhu, no, it was correct in Bhagavad. Bhagavad is beyond any era, no era is needed there. In so many places, Mukti is glorifying by in so many Acharyas and Srimad Bhagavatam. So Mukti Devi is not a witch. So Jiva Goswami gave so many examples and Ballabhacharya became speechless. When he came back, and Jiva Goswami came back.
When he came back.
Again he came back to Rupa Goswami and told Rupa, who is this boy who was telling you? Then Rupa Goswami understood that Jiva Goswami make some notorious thing with him, must really deviate according to Shastra. Rupa Goswami humbly replied, my nephew and disciple. After some time, the old learned person went upon there. The Rupa Goswami called Jiva. He could not tolerate this old Brahman, could not give him proper respect. Rupa Goswami not asked anything to him. Rupa Goswami understood and told, you go to his side, go his direction. There's two meaning of his direction. His direction means go to your previous village. This is like Purvashram. And Jiva Goswami took this, east means this direction of Braj. So he went to Nandaghat Bhaigaon. And he lives in the hole of crocodile. Always weeping. How are you? How is Sanatan? Please be merciful on me. And stop eating, drinking everything. Day by day, he gets skinny. And so many itches come all over body. And Sanatana Goswami always move here and there in Braj. And he well known in whole Braj, Bora Baba. And all over Braj, they respect Sanatana Goswami so much. When Sanatana Goswami during his journey arrived at village, they told, oh Bora Baba, we have a Chota Baba also here in our village. It's so renounced. We never seen our whole life. Everyone is renounced than you also. Always only weeping, Haru, Ha Sanatan, please be merciful on me. Sometimes taking the name of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, sometimes taking the name of divine couple, weeping and weeping only. Then Sanatana Goswami understood, this is not other than Jiva. Then Sadhana asked, can you show me? And they took Sanatana Goswami to Jiva Goswami. Sanatana Goswami brought him with him, and on one day, discussion was going on, Rupa Goswami was giving discussion. Then Sanatana Goswami asked, what is the duty of a Vaishnava towards living entity means Jiva? Then Rupa Goswami told, be mercy towards living entity means Jiva. Here Jiva means two meanings. Sanatana Goswami want to say, what is the duty of Vaishnava to this boy Jiva? And Rupa Goswami is telling for all Jiva. Then Srila Goswami told, Srila Goswami was elder brother and guru of Srila Rupa Goswami. Then Srila Goswami told, if the duty of a Vaishnava be merciful towards Jiva, why you not be merciful with Jiva? Then Srila Goswami brought Jiva and put him in the lap of Rupa Goswami. Then both Guru and sister began to weep bitterly. Rupa Goswami also was weeping and Jiva Goswami also was weeping. So here Jiva Goswami showed us that how Guru Nishtha was so strong in his heart, even he could not tolerate any kind of becoming of his Gurudev. So we have to be strong enough, have to take instruction from Jiva Goswami, how to respect Gurudev, how to serve Gurudev. If anyone will become our Gurudev himself, cut that all argument by our Satya Praman. If could not do so, have to keep our foot earplug and take bath in Ganga, Jamuna, Ocean with full cloth. And if you are so powerful, then like Hanuman, he who won the whole Lanka. For this reason, Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur told, এত পরিহারে যে পাপী নিন্দা করে তবে নাকি মারো তার শিরের উপরে. Hearing the glory of Nityananda Prabhu, even a sinner, he criticized Nityananda Prabhu, I shall keep on his head. So we have to be so bold like Hanuman or Vrindavan Das Thakur. Whoever criticizes our Gurudev, we shall cut all arguments. And
Gurudev should be very...
And Gurudev must be very bona fide, not so-called Gurudev. So now one inquiry may come in our mind, if Rupa Goswami's bona fide Gurudev is second body of Mahaprabhu, and Jiva Goswami also eternal associate of Mahaprabhu and divine couple, there is no fault among between them. So if Jiva Goswami is correct, Then on the other hand, Rupa Goswami must be wrong. If Rupa Goswami is correct, then Jiva Goswami must be wrong. But wrong word is not in their dictionary, in their character. So how we can reconcile this? Srila Jiva Goswami, he act like a disciple, and Rupa Goswami also act like a Gurudev. What Rupa Goswami act? He has acted. He acted like a bona fide Gurudev. He was embodiment of humility, and Jiva Goswami was also a very mature disciple, too much nishtha towards Gurudev, which he did is also correct. So by this you have to reconcile. And other things are this will come to the Goswami. Please,
after that, something Shyamaran. Other important things of his life.
Mama Jnanam Timaram Dasi Jnanam Yunasalakaya Sattu Nikanye Karnai Sri Gurunama. First, I offer my unlimited obeisances in the dust of the lotus feet of my Paramarajatama Guru Pada Padma. Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnu Pada Stokadasita Sri Srimad Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. And the same unlimited obeisances in the dust of the lotus feet of my Paramarajatama Guru Pada Padma. Om Vishnu Pad Astogirasata Sri Srimad Srila Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj. To all of our Guru Varga and all the assembled devotees. Sri Jiva Goswami was described very poetically and beautifully by Srila Gurudev in a Mathura lecture in 1992 on this same disappearance day anniversary. He said that Jiva Goswami established the integrity of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mood, which he gave to all fortunate jivas of Parikiya Bhav, of the gopis, which was later on taught by Sri Rupa Goswami, by taking the river, the ever-flowing river of Ras, of Radha and Krishna's pastimes, and blocking all sides, both sides of the river with the very strong and powerful rocks of strong philosophical conclusions. In this way, he protected that river from the contamination of the water of misconceptions. Very beautifully put by our Srila Gurudev.
You understand this thing? What she told? You could not hear? You realize what she told? So go on. Many of them, they could not understand.
So, Sri Radha Krishna's pastimes are the highest conclusive truths and the ultimate goal of all jivas, all fortunate jivas. These pastimes of the Lord are misunderstood by our mundane vision, and especially unscrupulous personalities take advantage of our shortcomings and teach the misconceptions far and wide. Jiva Goswami established the purity of Radha Krishna's pastimes by strong philosophy, establishing how Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, how Radharani and the gopis are his own internal powers and potencies, shaktis. They are owned by him. So although it appeared that he was dancing with other persons' wives, actually all other persons' wives belong to Krishna, not the opposite. In order to help less intelligent people to come into Vaishnavism, who would otherwise misunderstand the paramour pastimes of Radha and Krishna and the gopis, Sri Jiva Goswami appeared to have established Swakya Bhav, or Radha and Krishna as a married couple. Because if they would try to understand their paramour relationship, then they would do then, 500 years ago, what they're doing now. They would say that this is mundane, and they would also imitate them, where you find men dressed as women and having illicit relationships in the name of Parikya Bhav Sadhana, thinking that they'll get perfection, but actually they go to hell by lusty activities. Srila Gurudev explained in his Gurudev's biography that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was externally in a male form, but internally he was in the mood of a gopi. Whereas these personalities, they're externally dressed as a woman, as a gopi, but internally they have the male bhav, purusha bhav, of lusty feelings towards women. So by their activities they go to hell. Some people criticized Jiva Goswami and said that he was not following the principles of Sri Rupa Goswami, which is Parikya Bhav, which is established by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But Srila Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur, who is accepted by acharyas as the incarnation of Rupa Goswami, came and protected the integrity and established the integrity of Sri Jiva Goswami's teachings. As Sri Padmanabh Maharaj mentioned, it's the duty of the disciple to defend the bona fide spiritual master against all offenses and all attacks of misconceptions. Gurudev said, if somebody says, because one disciple or several disciples were thinking that if we say something or write something to defend Gurudev against other people who are blaspheming him, misunderstanding him, saying bad things about him, that he's not actually in Guru Parampara. Actually, we should love all Vaishnavas, no matter what they say about our Guru. We should all chant Hare Krishna and love each other, and be humble more than a blade of grass. But Gurudev said anyone who thinks like that, he said if somebody says your Guru is engaged in sense gratification, what will you do? Smile and show your teeth? If you yourself cannot defend your Guru, then if you don't support someone who's defending your Guru, then you're not my disciple. Rather, he said, anyone who doesn't fulfill the manobhistya of his spiritual master and doesn't defend his Gurudev and proper Siddhanta, he's actually not a disciple, but he's a eunuch. Gurudev said that when someone said that the Ratha Yatra established by his Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Pragan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, was not authorized to be done in Navadvip, Gurudev began writing very strong articles against that offense to his Guru Maharaj. And then it created a great agitation on the other side, and they began writing articles. And these articles went on back and forth for a whole year, creating tremendous agitation. And Gurudev again did that against the Sahajiyas who are misunderstanding the Lord's mode, that is Krishna's mode, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mode, and the mood of his associates, because Gurudev wrote the book, 5 essential essays, and distributed them freely. And Gurudev said again that created a great tumultuous agitation. But this is the duty of the disciple to protect the integrity of the Guru Parampara. So Jiva Goswami, in order to bring in those who would misunderstand the Lord's pastimes, and only he could have brilliantly done that, established Swakya Bhav in Radha Krishna mood, which is that they are a married couple. So that people could gradually have faith that yes, they're bona fide, and gradually come into Vaishnavism. But Srila Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur explained that actually Jiva Goswami is the perfect follower of Srila Rupa Goswami, because he is not really saying Swakya Bhav. What does Swa mean? Swa means own. It means married, but it also means own, of his own. Radha and the gopis are Krishna's own internal potency. They're not different from him. And Parakya, Para, they are Parashakti. Srimati Radhika is the embodiment of Parashakti, Krishna's supreme transcendental power, which, as Sri Jiva Goswami himself explains in Tattva Sandarbha, that by his own desire, Krishna's Parashakti, his supreme transcendental energy, manifests the absolute truth, that supreme Sri Krishna, in 4 features. She manifests his own Swarup, Swayam Bhagavan, his own original form is Krishna, his Tat Vaibhava Rup, that is all of his expansions beginning from Sri Baladev Ji, all of his abodes, all of his associates, his Jiva Vivanamsa potency, us, the living entities, and also Pradhan, his material energies. So Srimati Radhika is Krishna's Parashakti, and so she is, her relationship is in Parakya. She is not any others. Para also means others, but she's not any others. She's Krishna's supreme potency, Krishna's own potency. And therefore, Srila Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur explains that really Srila Jiva Goswami is saying that Swakiya Bhav and Parakiya Bhav both exist harmoniously and beautifully in the Supreme Lord of Gokula in Goloka Vrindavan. There are many accusations of Sri Jiva Goswami against him, and our Srila Prabhupada, who is also his defender, explains some of these in his Chaitanya Charitamrita purports. That is another incident where Jiva Goswami defended Srila Rupa Goswami and Srila Sanatana Goswami was when some wandering Digvijay went to Rupa and Sanatana and said, I'm challenging you to a debate in philosophy, and if you're defeated by me, then you should sign a statement that I'll be able to show to everyone that I've defeated you. So rather than waste their time, because no one wants to waste their time in arguing with someone who won't accept good arguments and agree to be defeated if his opponent has better arguments. So rather than waste their time, they immediately sign the paper. Yes, we are defeated by you. When Srila Jiva Goswami found out about this, he told that person, first you defeat the disciple, and then we'll see if you've actually defeated the master. So, Jiva Goswami is accused of not being humble. But as Srila Gurudev just explained, it's the duty of the Guru to be very humble, but it's the duty of the disciple to not tolerate any offense to his bona fide Gurudev. So actually, Jiva Goswami was being the perfect disciple by defending his Gurudev. And he wrote, he's known as the greatest scholar of his time, as Gurudev just mentioned. Despite, it's normal for bona fide acharyas to be accused of so many things. Like Srila Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur, there was an attempted murder against him, murder of him, because when they threatened, when the, what do you call those Brahmins? Smart Brahmins challenged him that if you don't stop preaching Raganuga Bhakti, then we're going to have to do something. So he didn't stop, and so they tried to murder him. They found him, they looked for him and searched everywhere when he was doing his bhajan in Vrindavan, very early in the Brahma Muhurta time of the morning. And they thought that they saw him entering into some kunj. So they went in there and they didn't see him anymore, but they saw a very young, beautiful Kishori girl, teenager, 12 and a half years old. And they asked, she was just picking flowers, and they asked, have you seen a sadhu around? And she said, yes, I saw him for some time, but then I think he went in that direction. So they went in that direction, but then they looked back towards the beautiful Kishori, and they saw that she was actually Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur. So they immediately surrendered to him and became his disciples and preached on his behalf. So the next acharyas are always defending the previous acharyas. So Srila Jiva Goswami also was accused, and he was accused that Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, the author of Chaitanya Charitamrita, showed his unpublished manuscript to Jiva Goswami, and Jiva Goswami became very furious that, now he will be known as a greater scholar than myself. So he took his Chaitanya Charitamrita manuscript and threw it in a well. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami became so shocked that he immediately died, but some man named Mukunda had an extra copy, and that's how it got published. So it's normal that the acharyas, the great acharyas, will be accused of so many things. Why? Because bhakti is not easy. It's very, very difficult and rare to come to bhakti. So the pure devotees, the acharyas, are...
I don't know about
What you are telling? This is false allegation.
Yes, our Prabhupada is saying this is a false allegation.
So no need of tell.
So my only point is that our Srila Prabhupada was saying how this is a false allegation.
Very short, very
Okay.
essence.
Okay. Gauriyanandi.
Can you anything?